Hello, I'm Lucy from Colouring in the Midst of Madness, and today I'm bringing you a review of the Johanna Basford 2021 Weekly Colouring Planner. Now, this is about I think the fifth one of these, and it's in the same format as usual. So it's got this wraparound bit of publishing information, but that can quite easily be removed. And then the covers are completely colourable, so they're not shiny or anything. It's A5 in size, so it's a good size because there's plenty of space for writing, but it's also not massive. So at the beginning we've got this year overview of 2021, and then we get straight on with the planner pages. Now it's a week per double page spread, and then on the left we've got a colouring image. This I coloured with Stabilo fine liners, and as you can see there's no bleed through or anything, so as long as you're careful you can use water-based media. So this is a full year. The original planners, the first few, started off as 16 months rather than 12. But obviously it meant that you had 4 months worth of overlap each time. So a while back they started back on this 12-month format, which I think is a lot more sensible. So there are images from every book that Johanna has published, including How to Draw Inky Wonderlands. And as you can see, there's a really good range of different sized images. So like this one's really quite zoomed in and spread out so that you've got loads of space for blending and shading. And then other images are much smaller in terms of the spaces that you've got to colour within. Now for Valentine's Day week, as always, we have a lovely heart, and that's the How to Draw Inky Wonderlands one. So the paper is kind of a medium thickness, it's lightly textured, it's a very pale cream colour, so it's not yellowy at all, it's just not completely white. And as you can see, the weeks run from Monday to Sunday, and there are national holidays on the left, and then it gives you the country or the area that celebrates those holidays. So as I've said in previous reviews of these, there are loads of things that you can do with the planner. So you can either colour it as you go through the year, so that in any given week you've got a colouring image to have a go at, or you can colour it ahead of time. You of course don't have to colour it at all, because as you can see the artwork is absolutely beautiful, and it looks really lovely just in black and white, so if you don't want to colour it you absolutely don't have to. What I find with these images is that they are really good for practice, so rather than just trying out colour schemes in your actual book, you can use the images in the planners to have a go and to try some new things. And so I think for some of us it makes us a bit braver, because it feels a bit less, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels a bit less final, I think. And so you can have a go, and if it doesn't work then you've not kind of ruined a whole page. I know people are very precious about their books, and so sometimes we're not very brave about trying things out because we don't want to ruin things and regret it. But actually in this it doesn't matter so much. What you could also do is, if you're colouring as you go, then you may not need to look back on the previous pages, and so it may not matter if you use mediums that will bleed through. So I probably would avoid using alcohol markers just because they're very, very likely to spread on these pages, as well as obviously bleeding through a lot. But other than those, you can probably use almost anything on this, as long as you're a little bit careful with wet media. So in the top left of each page, when there's a month that it splits over, you've got both months of dates, and then on a normal month you've then just got that month's worth of dates so that you can check. As you can see, there's plenty of space for writing in plans or a diary or however you want to use the planner. And it's nice because it's actually got even spacing for every day. An awful lot of planners don't do that. It's a pet hate of mine because I think lots of us are far busier at the weekends than during the week. And if you're not using it as a work planner, you're just using it as a life planner, then you usually have way more stuff to put in at the weekends. And then you're having to try and squeeze it into a box that's half the size. So it's good that this doesn't do that. Now, as well as this, this year there is also a square wall calendar, but there is no page a day calendar this year. I don't know what the reason is, but there isn't one. So it's just this and the wall calendar this year. So as you can see and hear, it's spiral bound, which means that you can bend it back on itself. The covers are made of kind of medium thick card, but they don't have anything sort of protective on them. So if you're going to be using this kind of a lot of the time, you might want to kind of make a cover for it, or try and find like a bag or something to put it in, because otherwise the corners are likely to get a bit messed up if you're constantly kind of putting it in and out of a bag. So now we've got on to December, and as ever we've got lots of images from Johanna's Christmas in this section. So you can see it's a really good selection of images, and I think it really suits kind of any level of ability, because like this page would be really good for people who struggle with intricate pages and who want to really kind of go to town with blending and shading. But then other images, there's lots more scope for doing the really nitty-gritty detailed bits. So there is something for everyone. And then once you're done with the year, you can take the pages out and do all sorts of stuff with them. So you can gift them, you can make cards, you can stick them up in cupboards and things to brighten up your kitchen or your wardrobe or anything like that. So it's not just a planner that you then kind of throw away at the end of the year or anything like that. You can do all sorts with it during the year and then afterwards. So we've now got to the end, and this is a 2022 overview, which feels like so long away, but I know it will be here so quickly. And then we've got the 2020 dates and the 2022 dates. And then we've got, I think it's 2 double page spreads and then a single spread of notes, and then a colouring test page. So if you're worried about any media, and you don't want to try it out on a page and ruin it, then this is the page for you to give it a go and see how it's working on the paper. So yeah, that's the planner. There are links to purchase it in the description box. If you want to read my written review and see photos, then check the description box because they'll be in there as well. And I will link the review to the wall calendar at the end of this, as well as in the description box. Please do give me a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with more reviews soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.